Sometimes a woman might be developing deep feelings for you, but struggles to show it openly, either because she's scared of rejection, getting hurt, or losing control over her emotions. If you're trying to figure out whether she's falling for you, but is holding back, paying close attention to her behavior can reveal more than words ever could. Here are 5 signs she's falling for you, even if she's scared to admit it. She gets nervous or awkward around you. Number 1, she gets nervous or awkward around you when it comes to matters of the heart. Few things are as revealing as body language. Words can be controlled, carefully chosen, and hidden behind a facade of indifference. But the body often speaks its own truth. One of the clearest signs that a woman may be falling for you, yet feels hesitant to express it openly, is the way she acts nervously or awkwardly in your presence. A woman who is typically confident and composed might suddenly become fidgety when she's around you. You may notice her playing with her hair, adjusting her clothes, or touching objects nearby just to keep her hands occupied. These small, seemingly unconscious behaviors often surface when emotions are high, but the fear of vulnerability is even higher. Also, if she tends to avoid prolonged eye contact or looks away quickly after catching your gaze, it can be a subtle clue that she feels something deeper, but is unsure how to handle those emotions. Additionally, her speech patterns might shift when you're together. A woman who normally speaks eloquently could find herself struggling to form sentences, forgetting what she wanted to say, or stumbling over her words. These moments of verbal clumsiness are not signs of disinterest, but rather indicators that you are affecting her more than she would like to admit. Furthermore, her nervous laughter might bubble up more often, even in moments that aren't particularly funny, serving as a natural release for the tension she feels inside. Another telling sign is a change in her usual demeanor. If she's someone who is generally outspoken and lively, it becomes shy and reserved in your company. It suggests an internal battle between her genuine feelings and her fear of being exposed. Also, blushing is another involuntary reaction that often betrays hidden emotions. If you notice her cheeks turning pink during your interactions, it is usually not something she can easily control and often signals emotional vulnerability. Additionally, it's important to pay attention to the shifts in her usual comfort zone. She might stand a little closer than necessary, yet hesitate when you move toward her. She may start to open up about herself but quickly retreat. If she feels she's revealing too much, these mixed signals can be confusing, but they are a natural response to the conflict between wanting to connect and fearing the potential consequences of doing so. Furthermore, it's worth noting that this kind of nervousness and awkwardness often intensifies when emotions are growing stronger. Early crushes can cause mild jitters, but when a woman is genuinely falling for you and is scared to show it, the emotional stakes feel much higher for her. Every glance, word, and gesture becomes loaded with meaning, and the fear of rejection or misinterpretation can make even the most self-assured woman behave in ways that surprise even herself in the end. If you notice a woman acting unusually nervous or awkward around you, it's a sign worth paying attention to. These little moments of vulnerability often speak louder than any words she might say. Also, offering her kindness, patience, and understanding during these moments can help her feel safe enough to let her true feelings gradually come to light. Number 2, she finds excuses to spend time with you. Finds excuses to spend time with you. When a woman begins to develop feelings but is too scared to openly express them, her behavior often speaks louder than her words. One of the most telling signs is the way she finds excuses to spend time with you. She may not boldly ask for your company in a direct way, but her actions will consistently reveal a desire to be near you. You might start to notice that she accidentally crosses paths with you more often than seems coincidental, whether it's running into you at your favorite coffee shop or showing up at places you frequently visit. These meetings are rarely as random as they appear. She may not yet feel comfortable admitting her true feelings, but her subconscious need to be close to you creates opportunities for these seemingly chance encounters. Also, her delight when she sees you in these settings is often palpable, even if she tries to mask it with a casual smile or light conversation. Additionally, she may begin to ask for your help with small, seemingly insignificant tasks. It might be as simple as asking you to assist her with a project, seeking your opinion on something minor, or requesting your company to run an errand. These requests are not just about the tasks themselves, they are carefully crafted excuses that allow her to spend more time in your presence. Underneath these casual favors lies a deeper yearning for connection, one that she might not be ready to confess out loud. Furthermore, she could initiate group activities where you are conveniently included. She might invite you to a group dinner, a casual hangout, or a social event where she can be around you without the pressure of a one-on-one setting. In these group environments, she can enjoy your company while feeling a sense of safety that numbers provide. It also gives her the chance to observe your interactions and slowly build a deeper comfort with you without exposing her true emotions too soon. Subtle gestures often accompany her efforts to stay close. She may linger in conversations, laugh a little louder at your jokes, or position herself nearby whenever possible. Even if she doesn't verbalize her feelings, her body language and consistent presence around you are clear indicators of her growing affection. Also, the way she seeks out your attention, even in a room full of people, can reveal just how significant your presence is to her. Navigating these situations requires attentiveness and patience. Understanding that her fear of vulnerability might be holding her back allows you to appreciate the courage it takes for her to find these little ways to stay connected. Additionally, responding with warmth and openness can help her feel safer in expressing her feelings more freely over time. In the delicate dance of emotions, sometimes the quietest moves speak the loudest. A woman who finds reasons to be near you, even in the most subtle ways, is often trying to bridge the gap between her heart and her fears. Recognizing and valuing these small but meaningful efforts can be the first step toward building something genuine and lasting. Number 3, she opens up, then pulls back. Navigating the early stages of a romantic connection can often feel confusing, especially when emotions run deep. But fear lingers close behind, one of the clearest signs that a woman may be starting to fall for you, yet is scared to fully reveal her feelings, lies in a particular behavioral pattern. She opens up, then pulls back. This delicate dance of vulnerability and retreat often holds more meaning than it appears on the surface. When a woman begins to let you into her inner world, it is no small thing. Sharing personal stories, dreams, or private fears is an act of emotional bravery, one that suggests a growing trust and emotional investment. These moments of openness are significant because they show she sees you as someone who might become important in her life. Also, it highlights her desire to connect with you on a deeper level, beyond casual conversation or surface-level interaction. However, this opening up is often followed by a sudden shift, a change of subject, an abrupt retreat, or even a period of noticeable distance. This behavior can be puzzling, especially if the previous conversation felt warm, sincere, and intimate. Yet this pullback is not necessarily a sign of disinterest, quite the opposite. It frequently signals an internal struggle between her budding affection and her fear of vulnerability. She may be grappling with past wounds, personal insecurities, or the terrifying thought of being hurt if she allows herself to fall fully. Additionally, it is important to recognize that this push and pull dynamic is not a game or manipulation. Rather, it is a protective instinct at play. Love, particularly when it feels real and deep, can trigger old fears and defense mechanisms. She might question whether she is ready to risk her heart, whether she can trust you, and whether opening up will ultimately bring her closer to happiness or heartbreak. In these moments, her retreat is a way of taking a step back to regain emotional balance and assess her own feelings. Furthermore, you might notice that after pulling back, she sometimes seems conflicted or even a little frustrated with herself. She may act cooler or more distant than she intends, trying to suppress the very feelings she just revealed. This inner conflict is a strong indicator that her emotions are real but frightening for her to fully confront. She wants to let you in, but fears what might happen if she does. Understanding this cycle of opening up and pulling back requires patience and empathy. If you respond with steadiness and kindness rather than pressure or frustration, you create a safer emotional environment for her to continue unfolding. Also, by showing that you respect her pace and that you are someone she can trust, you help lessen her fears and allow her feelings to grow more comfortably. Ultimately, recognizing when a woman is opening up and then pulling back can offer deep insight into her heart. It is in these delicate, uncertain moments that the seeds of real love often take root. If both people are willing to nurture them with care, understanding, and a genuine respect for each other's emotional journeys. Number 4, jealousy slips out. Jealousy slips out when a woman is falling for you, but isn't ready to show her feelings openly. Her emotions often find their way out in unexpected and subtle ways. One of the most telling signs is jealousy, even when she works hard to maintain a cool, detached appearance. Her reactions can give her away. Jealousy has a way of slipping out no matter how much someone tries to suppress it. A woman who is secretly developing feelings might seem noticeably uncomfortable when you bring up other women in conversation. It might be a slight change in her tone, a quick glance away, or a forced smile that doesn't quite reach her eyes. These reactions are often involuntary and difficult to hide, even for someone who is usually composed. Also, she might try to redirect the conversation or dismiss the topic quickly, as if to shield herself from feelings she isn't ready to confront. Additionally, her attentiveness to your interactions with other women can reveal more than she intends if she notices every female friend you introduce or picks up on the smallest flirtatious exchanges. It is a strong indication that she sees you as more than just a friend. Her heightened awareness stems from a place of emotional investment, even if she doesn't voice her concerns outright. Her curiosity and protectiveness can be very telling. Furthermore, you might find that she asks seemingly casual questions about your relationship status or the women in your life. These questions might come off as lighthearted or joking, but often there's a deeper layer of concern beneath the surface. She may want to gauge where she stands with you, without putting herself in a vulnerable position. Asking about your dating life gives her a way to gather information while maintaining a semblance of nonviolence. Jealousy in these cases is not about possessiveness or control. It is about fear and vulnerability when someone is falling for you, but scared to admit it. Jealousy becomes one of the raw, unfiltered emotions that seeped through the cracks of their carefully built walls. It is both a sign of her affection and her internal struggle to manage feelings that have grown stronger than she anticipated. Recognizing these signs requires attentiveness and empathy. Also, understanding that her jealousy is a reflection of her hidden affection can help you respond with patience and reassurance rather than frustration. Building a sense of safety and trust may eventually encourage her to open up and share her feelings more openly in the end. While jealousy may not be the most direct confession of love, it is certainly one of the most authentic. It reveals the emotions she may not yet be ready to speak aloud, but that are undeniably real. Number 5, she's protective of you. Protective of you when a woman begins to fall for someone, but feels hesitant or scared to reveal her emotions. Her actions often speak louder than her words. One of the clearest yet sometimes overlooked signs is that she becomes noticeably protective of you. This protectiveness isn't always obvious in a traditional physical sense. Instead, it often manifests emotionally, revealing the depth of her hidden feelings. A woman who cares deeply will instinctively step in when she senses you are being criticized or misunderstood. Even if she maintains a casual demeanor, you might notice her voice growing firm or her tone sharpening when others speak poorly of you. She may argue in your defense, highlight your good qualities, or gently steer conversations away from negative topics. This reflex to protect your reputation and emotional standing isn't born out of mere friendship. Rather, it suggests that your well-being matters to her on a level she might not be ready to openly admit. Additionally, her protectiveness often extends into concern for your personal struggles if she learns that you're dealing with stress, anxiety, or setbacks. She may quietly but persistently offer support, whether it's checking in with a thoughtful message, suggesting a break to unwind, or just listening without judgment. These actions are signs of an emotional investment that goes far beyond surface-level care. She's not just being polite, she's emotionally attuned to your highs and lows, because your happiness is tied in her heart to her own. Furthermore, this protective instinct might show up in subtle ways during everyday interactions. She could express concern if you're seen tired, encourage you to make healthier choices, or even subtly nudge you away from situations or people she perceives as harmful. Though she might brush off her worries as simple friendliness, the consistency and depth of her concern often hint at feelings she hasn't yet dared to confess. She is trying to ensure you are safe and supported often, sacrificing her own comfort to do so. Also, you may notice that when you share your goals, dreams, or fears, she becomes one of your biggest champions rather. Then offering empty encouragement, she might offer concrete help brainstorm solutions with you, or celebrate your victories as if they were her own. This level of emotional involvement speaks volumes about how deeply she cares, even if she keeps her true emotions guarded behind the facade of friendship or casual interest. When a woman is protective of you in these ways, it is a powerful, if quiet, declaration of her feelings. Her instincts to defend, comfort, and uplift you are deeply tied to her emotional connection. Even if fear or uncertainty keeps her from openly acknowledging it, recognizing these protective behaviors can offer valuable insight into her heart, revealing the love she might not yet have the courage to fully express. Thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for future videos.